Yes, so hey guys, how are you all? I hope you all are safe and are doing great at your very own homes. Welcome back to my channel, Young Tutor, and today we are going to do the chapter number 6, Scare and Scare Roots, and this is the second video of the MPL series. So, without going much deeper, let's get started. I've already told you what is my MPL series, so don't forget to be a part of it, and let's get started. So we are doing the chapter square and square roots. This is a very important chapter and we're doing some important questions from this chapter. Few very important and most asked questions. First we're doing from NCRT, then we may move forward towards R.S. Agarwal and R.D. Sharma. So the question says, which of the following numbers are definitely not a perfect square? Definitely or obviously, whenever this word comes, that means that without doing any calculation, you just have to apply your logic. What logic are you going to apply? That see, between the numbers from 1 to 10, between the numbers from 1 to 10, how uh, whose ever square you have taken out, you have to see the last digit. Like one square is sorry, one yes, so one square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, and like on this. So you have to notice the last digit and till 10 you have to do. And then after seeing the last digit, you have to see whether by just identifying the last digit, you have to make it out whether it is a perfect square or not. So the first part is definitely not a perfect square because 7 does not comes because 7 does not comes at the end of any of the respective squares. Moving on with the second part. The second part says third at the last, and this is also not a perfect square. Why? Reason being because in 3 is also a digit which does not occurs in any of the squares. Moving on with the third part. You see 64,000. So you see how many digits are there, how many zeros are there? 3 zeros are there. So this case is possible in terms of cube roots, but this is not possible in square roots. Because in square roots, not a perfect square because number of zeros number of zeros has to be even. Okay, so the number of zeros, it is necessary for the numbers of zeros to be even. Moving forward with the third question of your NCRTs, that the square of which of the following would be odd. And in this case also, if we remember, there are two types of numbers, odd and even. And how do you identify whether a number is odd or even? By just looking at the last digit. Just look at the last digit of the respective number. So you see 431, 2826 and 7779. So 1. So when we multiply 1 into 1, this gives me 1. So the first is going to be odd. So the square of the first number is going to be odd. Second, we have 2826. 2826, this becomes 6 into 6. 6 into 6 becomes 36. And the last digit, you only have to look at the last digit, and the last digit here is 6, which becomes that the square of this number is going to be even. Moving on with the third part, 7779. So what you have to do, simply just look at the last digit. 9 into 9 becomes 81. Look at the last digit, which is 1. This means that this is also odd. Okay, so you don't have to solve all these questions, just have to apply a few tricks in it. Now the ninth question says, how many numbers lie between the square of 12 and 13, 25 and 26, and 9 and 10? So there is a formula. Okay, for this there is a formula which says 2n, which says 2n. So this n is the first number. In these case, the first number here which you can see is your 12, 15 and 9 are your first numbers. Yes, so what you have to do, simply apply the formula between 12 and 13. How are you going to do? Just simply do 12 into 2, which becomes, there are 24 numbers between the square of 12 and 13. You can even calculate in real life, but this is just a quick method to do this. The second part says 25 and 26. Multiply 25 into 2, which is going to give you 50. So there are 50 numbers between the square of 25 and 26. Then take the third part. The third part says 9 and 10. What are you going to do? 9 into 2 gives you 18. So 18 is the total number of total numbers which lie between the square of 9 and 10. Okay, so this was a simple trick. Moving on with this question, which says find the square of the following numbers. So if you remember that there are two methods to find the square. What are those two methods to find the square? There are two formulas which you can apply. The first formula says a plus b square. Then the second formula says a minus b square. So the first formula, a plus b square, is used in the terms when the numbers are below 5. Okay, below 5. And a minus b square is used when the numbers are above 5 or 6 generally. Clear? You can use either of the formulas if you want. So both of the formulas are correct. None of them is wrong. Yes? Okay. So this is just a formula to make your calculations easier, to make it a lot easier for you to solve. So a plus b square becomes a square plus b square plus 2ab, and a minus b square becomes a square minus 2ab plus b square. So these are the formulas which says, now applying these formulas, you just have to take out the answer to the question. So let me see for the first one. The question says 32. Can we write 32 as the sum of 30 plus 2 square? Yes, we can write it. We are using a plus b whole square formula. So in this case, your this 30 becomes your a and your 2 becomes your b. So what do you have to do? Now you have to do 30 square plus 30 into 2 into 2 plus 2 square. Simple. 30 into 30, 900 plus 30 into 2, 60, 60 into 2, 120 plus 4. Yes, so that means 900 plus 120 plus 4. Now what you have to do, you just have to simply add them. When you add them, the sum is going to be, what is the sum going to be? Guys, what is the sum going to be? Let me know in the comment box below. Okay, so let me show you the answer. Plus 900 plus 120 plus 4. When you plus all these values, all these identities, your answer is going to become 1. Those who are facing problem, they can just use the primary method. 900 plus 120 plus 4. I don't know the answer, which is 1024, but just to them. So the answer is 1024. Square of 32 is 1024. Keep your calculators. If you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comment box below. Then the second is 35. What can we do? We can do it. We can write it as 30 plus 5 square. So apply the same formula. 30 square plus 30 into 2 into 5 plus 5 square. 30 square is 900 plus multiply 30 into 50, 30 into 5, 15, 15 into 2 is 300 plus 5 square is 25. The answer is going to be 1225. Check your answer. Check my answer if you think I am wrong. Check your answers if you think I am wrong. Now moving on with the last part. What does this last part says? This last part says 99. Now, if I write 90 plus 9, is this going to be easier or 100 minus 1? So 100 minus 1 is going to be easier. So that means I'm going to use the formula of a minus b whole square. I can write 99 as 100 minus 1 square. This becomes, so this becomes 100 square minus 100 into 2 into 1 plus 1 square, isn't it? Sorry, these are brackets. Yes, so 100 square is nothing but 4 times 100 minus 200 plus 1. Subtract this from this. Subtract 10,000 from 200. Is the answer going to be 8,000? Add 8,000 plus 1, 8001. Check your answers with the calculator. Check your answers. Now, moving forward with the last but not the least question of the day, which is write the Pythagoras triplet if one of its member is. Now, okay, so do you know what is a Pythagoras triplet? Pythagorean triplet. Yes, so Pythagorean triplet. Pythagorean triplet stands for when you have a triangle. When you have a triangle, this means the actual, derivation of, I'm telling you the derivation of this Pythagorean triplet. So when you have a triangle which is 90 degree, the triangle has to be 90 degree. This is the hypotenuse, this is the base, and this is the perpendicular. So this says that perpendicular plus base ka square is equals to hypotenuse का square. Yes, this is how you find अगर आप में से maybe your base is missing, your perpendicular is missing, or your hypotenuse is missing. But here in the terms of square and square roots, जब मैं square and its roots के बारे में, उसके terms में मैं इसके बारे में बात कर रही हूँ, इसका मतलब होता है there is a formula. There is a formula, and what does this formula says? 2m m square plus 1 and m square minus 1. This is also a formula to find the triplets. To find the triplets. And generally, I'm just saying generally, when it is mentioned कि आपको सिर्फ एक का निकालना है, when your one member is this, find the other two members. So you generally apply the 2m. अगर ये 2m नहीं लगता है, then आप m square plus 1 और m square minus 1 भी लगा सकते हो. So basically ये जो question है ना, ये एक error and trial method है. This is a error and trial method. किसी के साथ भी fit हो सकता है. So yes, मैंने बताया कि इसमें कौन सा फॉर्मूला लगेगा, हमारा 2m वाला लगेगा फॉर्मूला, है ना, हमारा 2m लगेगा. 6 है, so that means 2m is equals to 6. m की वैल्यू 3 आ गई. अब फॉर्मूला लगाओ m square plus 1. m square, हमारा m square क्या है इधर? 3 square is 9, 9 plus 1 10, and m square minus 1, 9 minus 1 8. So this is your Pythagorean triplet. This 6, 10 and 8 is your Pythagorean triplet. Clear? Moving forward with the second part. What is the second part? That one member is 14. 2m equals to 14. m is equals to 7. Yes, m is equals to 7. m square plus 1. 49 plus 1 becomes 50. m square minus 1. 41 minus 8 becomes 48. So the Pythagorean triplet becomes 14, 50 and 48. Value of m becomes 7. Here the value of m becomes 3. Then last but not the least, the third question is your when the value of m is 18, take 2m is equals to 18, m is equals to 9, m square plus 1, m square plus 1. The value of m is 9, 9 square is 81, 81 plus 1, 82. M square minus 1, 81 minus 1 becomes 80. So your Pythagorean triplet becomes 18, 82 and 80, and the value of m becomes 9. Yes, so is it clear? Is it clear? So thank you everybody for watching my video. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel Young Tutor. Thank you everybody. Thank you so much.